Hello everyone, welcome back to Math with Mr. Antoine. I am Mr. Antoine. Today we're going to talk about factoring algebraic expressions. We're going to begin with the idea, what it's all about, or how does factoring algebraic expression comes into play. Well, we're first starting with what we did before, is expanding an algebraic expression. So here we have 5 multiplied to d plus 7. Okay, remember how to expand it. Expanding means we're going to multiply the 5 times d and the 5 times 7. And as we rewrite this, we're going to rewrite the expansion as 5 times d, big plus sign, and it's going to be 5 times 7, right? Again, I like to put it in parentheses just so that we understand, we're going to do 2 sets of multiplication. So this is going to be 5d plus 35. Okay, so again, we started with the distributive property, we expanded the expression, and we come out with 5d plus 35. Now, okay, got that? Now, factoring is pretty much a rewind. And here's what that means. We're going to take now the 5d, what we started with. We started with 5d. Oh, excuse me, we started with the 5 times d plus 7. But imagine now we started with 5d plus 35. And now we're going to work to get back what we originally started with. All right? So to do that, that means we're now going to say, okay, the biggest number that I see in here between the 5d and 35 is 5. So it's like working backwards now. You have to do 5 times d plus 5 times 7, okay, we know it was 5 times d plus 5 times 7 to give us this 5d plus 35, and now I'm going to factor out the 5, and in parentheses, I'm going to put what's left over. So if I take out the 5 now that I had to start with, I'll put this up, okay, so I'll again put the 5 here, I put the parentheses, I'm taking out the 5, because now it's going to be outside here, and I have d plus 7. Okay, so that's pretty much the idea in terms of how we're factoring. Okay, when you factor in an algebraic expression, you're starting with this as your expression, and now what you're going to do is you're going to make it go back to now you have factored outside a number, and then you're having the rest of the expression inside the parentheses. Okay. Now that we have understanding of the big idea, let's now focus on doing some examples. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to factor 27a minus 36. Before we start, we have to find what's called the GCF. Now, GCF is the biggest number that I can use to multiply. The GCF stands for greatest common factor, and the greatest common factor here for 27 and 36 is 9. 9 is the biggest number I can use in order for me to factor out for 27 and 36. So that means if I use 9, it's going to be 9 times 3 gives me 27. So it will be 9 times 3a. And we have a minus, so we begin, big minus sign. And 9 times 4 is what makes 36. So I have 9 times 3a minus 9 times 4. Again, if you want to put the parentheses just to show. So we have, now remember, we are going to factor out the 9 because I see 9 in both of these parentheses. So I factor out the 9, okay, And what I'm left with in the parentheses, what I'm left over with, is going to be 3a minus 4. Okay. So now, when I factor 27a minus 36, I come out with 9a minus 4. I'm sorry, 9 times 3a minus 4. Okay, let's now try it for this one. All right, this is our last example. We have 4b plus 20. Okay, for this one, my GCF, meaning the greatest common factor. What is the biggest number that can be factored out of here? And that biggest number is 4. Okay, 4 is the biggest number I can use to factor out. So that's going to be 4. It's going to be 4 times 1b, or just b, big plus sign, plus 4 times 5, because 4 times 5 gives me 20. All right, that's what I originally would have come to if I went backwards, right? Remember, if we rewound it, all right, to get that. So now it's going to be 4 in parentheses b plus 5. Okay, there you go. 4 multiplied to b plus 5. And that is factoring algebraic expressions. Hope this was helpful. Love and peace.